This is your April meditation as part of the Anarchist Medicine series. And I call it that because I really believe that we have the capacity to heal ourselves, often more than other people and other resources. When we turn inward, we are our biggest resource. So, with that in mind, remembering that we don't get to control our environment, we don't get to control the people in it, but we do get to put dedicated time towards cultivating our internal peace and having the ability to act versus react. So that's what we're focusing on today. And if you want to see previous meditations, you can check us out on YouTube. And you can sign up for live meditations at charnacassell.com. And let's begin. So, first, go ahead. You can close your eyes and say to yourself, I call all of my energy back to me from wherever I've left it, from whomever I've left it with, whether that is the past or future worries, planning hard conversations, what's happening globally or politically, and imagining all of the energy tendril threads can consolidate around you in a semi-permeable bubble of protection an arm's length out, above your head, below your feet, side to side, and front to back. And giving this bubble a clear blue edge, the color of Windex. This is a psychic boundary. Trusting that it allows in whatever is nourishing to you and whatever is not, you can release and let go. And go ahead and extend like a taproot from a tree or an anchor to a boat. Extend a taproot from your tailbone down into the earth. If you're sitting in a chair, from each leg of the chair down into the earth, from your feet down into the earth. So you're grounding yourself. You could even imagine there's a hurricane blowing, but this little space, the square around you, is just rooted and grounded into the earth. You can go ahead and ground the room, each corner of the room. And saying your own name in the center of your head, you're claiming this space and time for yourself right now. No matter what you have on the other end of this hour. And begin to take a deeper breath. See if you can bring breath. If you're not breathing deep into your belly, start to take a deeper breath into your belly. And let it fill your chest as well. Breathing so full into your belly that you can feel your rib cage expand. When you breathe into your belly, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Often we're just doing really shallow, light breaths into our chest. And breath is the most direct way to communicate to your nervous system that you're okay. When our breath is held, there's intelligence to it because it numbs us out. It numbs out your emotions and sensations under duress. but it also sends a fear response and message to the brain that you're in danger. So right now, softening the breath, filling the belly. Among my clients and friends, there's a lot of bracing for the unknown, whether that's politically and globally. What happens is whether we're really tied into what's going on in the world, it activates our younger developmental trauma responses. There can be the tendency to brace and freeze. And so keep breathing. Even as I'm talking about this, there might be thoughts that arise about what's happening in the world, and just seeing if you can keep breathing into your belly. If you know what your pelvic floor is, right? The space between your sits bones. The pubic coccygeum muscles are a figure eight around your genitals and anus. And with each exhale out, you're like filling your belly and exhaling, seeing if you can soften that area. So if you can exhale out and down. Imagining if you were sitting on a stool that had a glass mirror top, you could fog it with your breath. This is a way to allow all the thoughts and anxiety that's rising in our body to drain out and down, as if your body is a big bathtub and you're unplugging the bathtub by releasing your pelvic floor, like softening rather, instead of pulling up. So as you have these thoughts throughout this short meditation, practicing exhaling. You can call it a cervical sigh if you have a cervix. Exhaling down and out. Feeling that you get to focus your energy and attention. Energy follows attention. You are protected. As many times a day as you need, you can call your energy back to yourself and ground yourself. Even when we're well-resourced and trained in meditation, we still get triggered. No matter how many decades of practice you have under your belt, it's just that you may have a more trained response and resource to reach for when you are triggered. You can observe yourself more clearly. So this meditation is a little practice in how to cultivate more awareness of the different parts of ourselves, strengthening an observer so that we can see when certain parts of ourselves are triggered and respond to them with more compassion versus judgment. So seeing right now if there's a part of you that feels strong. There's a part of you that you trust, and it may be in only a certain part of your life, maybe at work. There may be a memory or an image of yourself in a certain part of your life that comes to mind. And you may feel that strength and trust in a particular part of your body. If it's hard, if you're blowing out responses, I don't feel strong and I don't trust myself. Think of somebody else, a person in your life, It could be a deity, even somebody you don't know, and imagine what it would be like to slip into their skin and to be them. What does that body feel like? A reliable, solid, grounded, or peaceful body? What are the sensations of self-trust? Knowing that whatever the situation is, I'll make it through this. It may not always feel good, it may be uncomfortable, and I am capable. So for instance, it could be that you feel that in your chest or you feel it in your arms. What's the texture? Is there a color? Do you have an image that you associate? Do you start feeling wider or tighter or lighter? What are the thoughts that belong to this person, this part of yourself that feels stronger, more grounded? Imagine that you have an old school radio knob and that you can turn this feeling up. You could turn it up just 5%, or you could go for 20%, whatever you want to do. See what happens when you turn that knob. You get to choose how much. It might be just 1%. And what's that like? What does that feel like? So from here, allowing that part to still exist, because often we feel conflicting things at the same time. We'll often have a feeling and then we'll have a reaction to that feeling, and then we judge ourselves for the reaction we have to the feeling. We're in a conflict because we have opposing desires about a situation. So seeing now, once you have this part of yourself that you feel a little more tuned into and connected to, if you can also see, is there another part of me that has felt scared lately? That feels overwhelmed by a situation in my personal life or regarding what's happening in the world? Keep breathing. Breathe into your belly. Breathe out your pelvic floor. Soften the belly. Ground into the earth. Allowing the earth to support you. Something bigger is here to support you. It can be hard to trust that. Seeing if that younger part, it's often younger. It may not be in your case, but just ask it, like, how old is this part? When did it get formed? It may have been with you since you were 3, 10. Where is the strongest sensation in your body around this part and this fear? Well, again, asking yourself, what's the texture of that, color of that? How would you describe that sensation? Is it folding in on itself? Does it want to get tight and small and invisible? Is it reaching out? What is it asking for? What does it want from you or from somebody? And go ahead, wherever that place is that you feel the sensation the strongest. Often we feel emotion in our torso. Could be your throat, your chest, your belly, could be a different part of the body. Go ahead and place your hands on that part. Let this stronger, more grounded part of you acknowledge and be with this younger, scared part. Turn your attention to it. So often we have the habit of neglecting these parts because they were neglected by our caretakers. And with your hands on this part, letting it know, you can say, I'm here. You're not alone. You're not alone. I know it feels scary. What do you need from me? Ask it. What do you need from me? What do you want from me? I may not be able to make it all go away, but I'm here. Do you have any children in your life that are this age? Have you known any? Sometimes it can be hard to connect with a younger part of ourselves, a more vulnerable part of ourselves. We may want to push them away or ignore them. See how long you can stay with this. This isn't always easy. Again, keep coming back to feel the back of your body. Breathe out your pelvic floor, your tap roots connecting into the earth. Seeing if you can feel that part of you that feels like you can trust yourself, even if it was just one moment in time, a more trustworthy part. And from that part of you, that perspective, what do you want to tell this younger scared part? What do you want it to know? If you catch yourself holding your breath, one more breath in. How does it respond when you speak to it, when you attend to it? And with your hands on this particular part of your body that feels the most. If we call it fear, there might be a different emotion there. Despondent, desperate, helpless, whatever the feeling is. How does it respond to the contact? Does it bend towards it like a plant towards the sun? Does it shrink away, distrustful? This is all good information. There's no wrong response. If it needs space, you can say to it, it's okay. You can have all the space you need. You can get as small as you want and need to be. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. I'm with you. And I'm going to keep coming back. So even as we begin to wrap up, just knowing like you can be in this practice daily. You can do it more than one time a day. Keep checking in with this part as you've identified it. Form a deeper relationship, a connection to it. We're going to need to be our own resources as much as we reach for other people and want the support of other people. We really need to cultivate our internal stability. It's a both and. And if your hands are on your body, go ahead and give that part of your body a rub. Rub it back and forth. Rub, 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 rub. Breathing into your hands. And take your arms. You can even stand up if you want to and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it. We shift energy through laughing, shaking, and asking yourself one last time before we end, what do I need around this? What would feel good for me moving forward? Do I want to establish some kind of practice with these parts of myself? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I'm wishing you a peaceful day, or I'm hanging in there the best I can week. Sending love to you. And if this felt helpful and you want to join live next month, you can sign up at charnacassell.com. And if you'd like other resources, I have an online course which has additional practices, and it's daily videos for 30 days. And there's also a companion workbook if you just prefer to do a self-guided process. I'm wishing you well.